Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rock Mount Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, the counting is finally over and a winner has been selected for Maine's 2nd Congressional District.
Plus, a woman is facing charges after police say she rammed a vehicle into a building in Ellsworth.
And why the cost of energizing our homes will soon be increasing all around the state.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have those stories and much more coming up, including our Pet of the Week, which we'll meet a very nice pet coming up, so you want to stick around for that. But first, a check of the forecast. It's going to be a little icy out there today if you're just heading out for the day. All that moisture we had yesterday has kind of frozen over and caused a glaze on some roadways, so just take it easy as you're heading out for the day today.
Yep, warm up your car a little bit before you head out. Devin Biggs has the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, here we are. A small craft advisory in effect. It's going to get dropped by Friday morning at about 6 a.m. So the wave heights will remain active for just a little while yet this morning. And in parts of the afternoon period, I have to wait till Friday morning for things to improve. But at least on land, things are already starting to calm down as a lot of the activity has since moved out of here. The area of low pressure moving away. I'm going to be watching for some wraparound that's going to be moving in today, which could bring us a few flurries. But otherwise, a partly cloudy sky and a quiet day overall for us today. Just some gusty winds to deal with as we're on the backside of low pressure now that it's now tracking off towards the north and east. So again, we'll have that wraparound today with a few flurries, but that will calm down later on tonight. So futurecast for today, partly cloudy, a few flurries can be ruled out. Becoming mostly clear later on tonight. That will allow temperatures to cool off in just a few areas. So as for the wind, not too bad, though. Still pretty gusty in a few spots. Some sustained winds reaching up close to 20 miles per hour, especially overseas, but closer toward land, a little bit slower in a few areas. So your forecast for today, middle 30s, partly cloudy, a few flurries out there. West wind getting up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour in a few areas. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period will be under a partly to maybe mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin.
Jared Golden secured a seat in Maine's 2nd Congressional District, defeating Republican challenger Bruce Poliquin. The announcement was made last night after the ranked choice vote tabulation concluded. Officials hand-counted ballots from Bangor, Hamden, and Anson after memory sticks containing votes from those municipalities did not function properly. Both candidates gained votes from the ranked choice count. Golden secured over 12,000 additional votes, and Poliquin received around 4,800 votes. In total, Golden received 165,136 votes, and Poliquin received 146,142 votes.
Since the write-in votes got reallocated, and so did the Tiffany Bond votes. So 53.05% to Jared Golden, 46.95% to Bruce Poliquin. Those are the totals.
Representatives from both Poliquin and Golden's campaigns were present throughout the tabulation process and ratified the results. Congressman Golden released a statement saying he is deeply honored and he's already back at his office in Congress, continuing to help deliver for his constituents.
Well, a woman was killed this week following a crash in Noblesboro. Officials say it happened around 2:30 Tuesday when a car crossed the center line on East Pond Road and struck a dump truck. 68-year-old Sharon Moody was killed. The 56-year-old truck driver from Augusta also struck a utility pole. Fortunately, he was wearing a seatbelt and was brought to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. What caused Moody to cross the center line is still unclear.
A woman is now facing charges after police say she crashed her car into a building on purpose. Ellsworth Police Department is investigating this accident, which happened just after 2 o'clock yesterday morning. Police say Megan Rich of Ellsworth was driving on High Street when she purposefully drove her car into the building at 163 High Street, hitting propane tanks and destroying the wall. Rich was later charged with aggravated criminal mischief, refusing to submit to arrest, assaulting an officer, violation of bail conditions, and possession of scheduled drugs. She was taken to the Hancock County Jail.
A Saco woman pleaded guilty in the U.S. District Court in Portland for committing fraud, Court records show 45-year-old Christina Shea initiated fraudulent bankruptcy by using another person's name and social security number, employment information, and also a fake email address as her own. Shea had also forged another person's signature for a money order that she submitted to the bankruptcy court and also posed as the person while taking an online credit course. She faces up to 5 years in prison along with a fine of almost $250,000. She'll also be on supervised release.
It took one caller to prompt a massive response, claiming there was an active shooter at nearly a dozen schools from southern to northern Maine. While it turned out to be a hoax, the first call came into Sanford, where dispatchers jumped into action. Reporter Mal Meyer was there with how first responders were alerted to that reported threat.
Being in a 911 center, it's very important to pay attention to what's going on with everybody else in the room.
Reserve dispatcher Dylan Pesky was inside the Sanford Regional Communications Center when the call came in. His partner answered, and as he listened, he knew what was about to happen.
I knew that I had just a couple of seconds until it was what I will call as controlled chaos.
Pesky had to act fast, taking it one efficient step at a time.
And I made the decision to go over the airwaves and say, we have reports of active shooter at the high school.
That call went out to anyone with a police radio, along with any law enforcement or people scanning the Sanford frequency. What else are you relaying at that point over the radio?
The most important thing for me was the first two officers that responded, arrived on scene and they signed they were going in the building.
Pesky had to let them know who to look for.
It's going to be a white male wearing a black jacket, black pants, with a long rifle.
And where the reported gunman might be, all while working with many others to make sure everyone got the support, resources, and answers they needed.
We worked as a team. This wasn't a one-person job. This was a team from the dispatch center to the fire department, the police department, the school department, mutual aid. This was a team effort that we all got it done.
The part-time dispatcher is thankful Tuesday turned out to be a false alarm. Police calling it all a hoax. He knows he and his team will be ready if the next call turns out to be a different story.
We all learned things through it that we wouldn't have known by doing everyday training because this came in as a live incident.
Well, meanwhile, a global nonprofit that endorses fisheries as sustainable in the hopes of influencing consumers has announced plans to temporarily suspend their endorsement of the Maine lobster fishery. That's despite acknowledging that the fishery does meet their sustainability standards. Through the use of their blue fish label, the Marine Stewardship Council seeks to identify certified sustainable wild-caught seafood. The group announced the suspension of their certification of the Maine lobster fishery, but at the same time acknowledged that the fishery does meet sustainability and environmental impact standards and is unlikely to cause harm to right whales. But the organization said it is unable to certify the fishery because they believe it does not meet federal regulations due to ongoing litigation. The Maine Lobstermen's Association says that's a contradiction, and as of last June, their 5-year MSC audit resulted in a 240-page document stating that the fishery should remain certified.
This is just another reason why the Maine Lobstermen's Association's lawsuit needs to succeed and why we need to give it everything we have. Because things like this keep happening, and this is just death by 1,000 cuts, really. I mean, this has been a year where we've had a very low lobster price. Expenses are the highest they've ever been. So this has been a very lean year. And, this MSC certification is definitely going to be reflected in boat price.
The suspension is effective December 15th, at which point Maine lobster will not be eligible to be sold as MSC certified sustainable or carry the MSC Bluefish Eco label on products. Maine's lobster fishery was first certified back in December 2016. We have reached out to the council for comment and are still awaiting their response.
After recently voting to unionize, the Starbucks in Portland's Old Port announced Tuesday it will be closing. U.S. Representative Shelley Pingree has called for an investigation of the closure, saying in part, quote, Starbucks' decision to close one of its busiest stores in Portland less than a month after the workers formed a union appears to be a brazen violation of the National Labor Relations Act. Pingree met with workers from the Exchange Street store back in just days before they officially formed the union on October 18th. She called for the National Labor Relations Board to investigate and protect the workers at this location and at others around the state.
A new proposal is on the table for some employees at MSAD 49 that have been working without a contract for 8 months now. The union, representing more than 100 positions of ed techs and other speech and occupational therapists within the schools, says they have been without a contract since March. Excuse me. Until today. They felt like they haven't seen any movement, so they've planned a show of solidarity by asking the community to show up to the Board of Education meeting. That's going to be held tonight, and support them in their fight for more affordable health insurance and better treatment. Yesterday, the union received a proposal from the school district.
We were glad to hear that. You know, that's a good news. You know, we feel like they've finally taken that step, and we feel it's a move in the right direction.
The union plans to meet to look over that proposal, Mixer says, although he is optimistic. They have a ways to go and still plan to attend that special board meeting today.
Depending on where you are, you may have just seen snow or some rain from yesterday's stormy weather. But take a look at this. This is the Department of Transportation's array of traffic cameras. It's a pretty impressive display of real-time cameras showing the interstate roads. You can see pretty clearly that north of Bangor got some accumulation of snow, but as we look closer to Bangor, the snow looks more like a dusting. You can check out these cameras for yourself at maine.gov.
They really are great. You can check out the weather conditions no matter where you're going on the interstate in Maine. You can also check on traffic conditions. So if you're heading south during the summer, you want to see how much the traffic is backed up on the interstate, you can check that out. Maybe take a different route. So pretty neat. You just have to go to the Department of Transportation website and you'll see it for yourself.
All sorts of ways to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Well, the time is now 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the Public Utilities Commission has approved a plan that will cause electricity rates to rise for many Maine customers. We'll have the details.
But first, another check of that forecast. Today, we can expect some light flurries this morning. The day mostly will be full of clouds, but we will see a little sun. The highs will be near 36 degrees. Tonight, it will be mostly clear, followed by another partly cloudy day tomorrow with a high near 36.
Interest rates are on the rise and making waves in the real estate market. Buying or selling? You need a navigator. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
How to holiday the Bob's way. Mr. Gnome, you look tired. I get it. It's exhausting going from one holiday sale to another, but not at Bob's Discount Furniture. With my everyday low prices and many financing options to fit your budget, you can get this 4-piece cottage chic sectional for only $19.99. In 2 colors with super comfy Bobapedic memory foam seating. Tight on space, the 2-piece is just $14.99. So you can relax and holiday the Bob's way. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Homes are selling in a single day. The real work happens well before. I'm Holly Taylor, and I have the expertise to guide you through your home improvements. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Saquon Barkley is having big games, right? We've all seen not only what he did in college, but what he's done when healthy in the NFL for New York.
He's so much fun to watch.
Do not let up. We just started.
They're going to go as far as Saquon takes them.
There is an energy to Dan Campbell and the Lions. You can just see how hard they play for him.
To your point, they compete. They play hard.
It is so hard not to root for them.
The NFL, Sunday on Fox, home of Super Bowl 57.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Some Mainers will be experiencing an increase to their electricity bills this winter. Devin Degnauld explains why.
The Maine Public Utilities Commission has officially announced the new standard supply rate of both Central Maine Power and Versant Power. Philip Barlett, chairman of the PUC, says that residential users will see a 49% increase in the supply portion of their energy bill. Barlett says CMP's residential users can expect to see their bill increase by about $32 on average, and Versant users can expect an increase of $24.
This is the result of volatile fossil fuel prices and international conditions that are beyond anyone's control. So unfortunately, in New England and in Maine, customers are getting squeezed when it comes to fossil fuel use.
Both Republicans and Democrats have addressed the rate increase, saying that it puts a strain on many Mainers' budgets. Both parties plan on presenting bills to the legislature to aid those most affected. Barlett says that although prices seem to only be increasing, there is hope that in the near future they may start to drop.
As we bring on more renewables, more storage, hopefully get some additional transmission interconnections with other regions, the hope is that the supply prices will be substantially less volatile and lower in the future.
If you have any concerns about affording energy after the rate increase, contact Maine Housing or visit mainehousing.org for their Home Energy Assistance Program. In Bangor, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, starting today at 10 a.m., hunters can purchase another antlerless deer permit online. These permits are still available for WMDs 24, 25, and 29. The Maine IFW is using the same online waiting room and queue system as October 11th, when the first round of permits became available for purchase. The waiting room will open in about 45 minutes at 9 a.m. Head to the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife webpage to purchase a permit and learn more.
Wednesday was National Botox Day, and the president of Bangor Plastic and Hand Surgery is using the day to highlight the benefits of that medicine. Dr. David Branch says Botox injections block the communication between nerves and muscles, temporarily paralyzing the muscle for a couple of months before it can gain its strength back.
It is, I think, more importantly used for a variety of other ailments. I mentioned one, blepharospasm. It's used in migraines to weaken muscles that are around nerves that are not happy, having that extra muscular pressure.
Well, Dr. Branch says Botox started to be used medicinally back in the 1980s for patients suffering from excessive and uncontrollable eye twitching. More than 4 million people receive Botox annually. The medicine has seen more than a 450% increase in usage in just the past 20 years. Interesting. I always thought it was primarily for like cosmetic reasons. I know some people that do it for like crow's feet and things like that, but
I know.
It does a lot more.
As far as migraines go, and I know that I had a friend recently get it for jaw clenching pain,
Mm-hmm.
but there's certain things, I mean, of course you'd want to try something like that instead
Yeah.
of going on a certain prescription, so it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
If you can get a shot.
Avoid
instead of
surgery,
taking,
all that kind of thing.
Right,
So, yeah.
right. And migraines, it's like that's, a lot of people struggle with how to treat that.
Yeah.
So
Talk
yeah.
to your doctor for more information.
Absolutely. Well, the time is now 8:17. After the break, we'll take you for a ride along with Holden Police as drivers contend with the first blast of winter weather.
Plus, it looks like there will be a divided Congress as more midterm election results are finalized. We'll be right back.
Angie's List is losing the list. From now on, it's just Angie.
So what happens to all the people that needed the list?
Oh yeah, everything still works. We just made it better. We even let you book services instantly now.
Start your home project at Angie.com.
Check one, check two. The store's appearance may have changed throughout the years, but its dedication to our community and families has not wavered. We will still welcome you with a smile and top-notch service. If you need coffee,
check.
Tasty treats,
Check.
freshly made pizza, check. Or wine and spirits,
Check.
stop by and fill up your tank and check us out.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
Mix it up with all new episodes of Call Me Kat. Yeah, boy. Tonight on Fox.
911.
911, what's your emergency?
118 is at the scene.
Losing someone out there is never easy.
911, Mondays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Well, the winter weather caused slick conditions on Maine's roadways. That made for a busy day for law enforcement. Matthew Dronsick got a chance to take a ride along with Holden police officers who shared some valuable information.
There's no question snow is beautiful, but can also be dangerous for motorists. As Mainers experienced the first snowfall of the season, some drivers were affected by the harsh weather conditions.
There have been cars off the road. There have been minor accidents throughout Penobscot County, it looks like, since this morning.
Holden Police Lieutenant Eddie Benjamin says they see more crashes during heavily traveled times like the morning commute.
In the morning, people going to work between like 7 and 9 o'clock. We see a good number of crashes at that time. And the same happens between 4:30 and 6 o'clock, people coming back home from work.
The officers shared their best advice on how to navigate the slick conditions.
The big thing is to give yourself extra time if you're commuting to work, if you're going to school in the early morning. Instead of rushing to get to work, give yourself extra time. Look at the weather forecast the night before and then find out, is there the possibility I may be delayed?
Slow down and pay attention to what you're doing. Take the extra couple minutes and slow down. Pay attention and be safe.
Matthew Dronsick, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Some good advice today. It might be a little slick out there in some areas, especially on some of those back roads. So be careful as you're heading out today.
I know, and they didn't say it too. They were more proactive than I was. But you know, if it really comes down to it, be late to work. Yeah. If you're risking speeding on icy roads or rushing on icy roads when you really need to slow down, it's better to be late than to not arrive to work.
Yeah, just clear it with your boss, I guess.
I guess, but still.
The time now is 8:22. Time to get a full look at our weather forecast. Here's Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, that's a small craft advisory that is in effect and now will last until about 6 a.m. on Friday morning. It's going to be dealing with at least another day of some gusty winds, which will cause the ocean to be active in just a few areas. But the area of low pressure is now moving away after we saw some snow and a kind of a windy mix that moved through yesterday. And now things are starting to calm down for us now. Maybe a few flurries can't be ruled out as the area of low pressure located right about in here. Seeing some wraparound snow in our direction, but not a whole lot of activity right behind us. So things will be calming down moving forward for us, although Buffalo could see a lot of snow coming up as we head towards your Sunday. But for us, though, this wind I'll have to watch out for today. Maybe some gusty winds reaching up to 20, maybe 25 miles per hour in a few areas. That will start to calm down a little bit later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow when a small cloud advisory gets dropped at about 6 a.m. or so tomorrow. All right, wave height, speaking of that right now, around 4 to 10 feet according to some of the buoys out there at this point. 4 to 6 feet closer to land. It's higher further out towards sea, so that's why the ocean is active with that system moving through. That's why those advisories are still in effect. Our average high being 45 degrees. We'll reach for the middle 30s only today and tomorrow. So a few degrees below normal, getting closer to average on Saturday, but still below normal by about 5 degrees, staying in the 30s Sunday into Monday, then back in the 40s again as we head towards Tuesday and here Wednesday. Futurecast moving forward, though, a partly to maybe mostly cloudy sky in a few areas today. A few flurries cannot be ruled out for us. Will become mostly clear to partly cloudy in a few areas later on tonight. A few more clouds start to pass through for the daytime tomorrow. It tries to get some activity in here, but I think we will be dry as we head towards your Friday with that next little wave that tries to move in across the northern parts of the state. But I think for us, we will stay dry overall throughout the day for your Friday. So for today, middle 30s, partly cloudy, a few flurries possible. That west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens getting cool out there with a mostly clear sky. That west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 30s again becoming partly cloudy. West wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Again, we're partly cloudy again as we head towards the Saturday. Temperatures in the lower 40s. We're back in the mid 30s on Sunday with a small chance for snow. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. We're mostly cloudy again on Monday. Highs in the low 30s.
Comfy,
cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care in Brewer is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you. Apply today.
I may be close to retirement, but I'm as busy as ever. And thanks to Voya, I'm confident about my future. Voya provides guidance for the right investments. They make me feel like I've got it all under control.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
On the next Last Man Standing.
Left unchecked, older sisters are monsters. And by that, I mean they're horrible people.
Jen just wants to fit in.
I don't know what she told you about us.
She called you monsters and horrible people.
She's just bitter because you've replaced her in our hearts. You don't have a heart, you just have emojis.
And Mike's pastor is calling it quits.
How do you even do that? I thought this was like working for the mob.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. And now for your national news. President Biden is on his way home from a week-long world tour. His final hours at the G20 summit in Indonesia were dominated by reaction to an incident in Poland. Fox's Jackie Heinrich has the update.
Tensions calming after Polish President Andrzej Duda announced the missile strike on his country will likely not draw the NATO alliance into conflict with Russia.
There are absolutely no indications that it was a direct attack on Poland.
The blast, which killed 2, was likely from an S-300 manufactured in Russia in the 1970s, but launched by Ukraine to thwart an incoming Russian attack, Duda says. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky denied it, telling Ukrainian media, quote, "I have no doubt that it was not our missile," after immediately blaming Russia in the aftermath.
To fire missiles at NATO territory. This is a Russian missile attack on collective security. It's a significant escalation. Action is required.
The White House quieting speculation. The National Security Council announcing, "We have seen nothing that contradicts President Duda's preliminary assessment." NATO also holding off on triggering Article 4, which allows member states to convene over a threat from another country or terrorist group, at least until investigations are finished, but not absolving Russia entirely.
Russia bears the responsibility for what happened in Poland yesterday, because this is a direct result of the ongoing war.
Russia on the defensive, with Ukraine still pointing fingers.
Claims by various Ukrainian sources are a deliberate provocation aimed at escalating the situation.
President Biden's last day in Bali thrown off track by an emergency huddle with G7 and NATO countries after waking to news of the blast. The White House releasing a rare photo of Biden in a T-shirt, phoning Duda as news unfolded.
When world leaders here in Bali are seeking to make progress on global peace, Putin is striking civilian targets.
The G20 concluded with a joint statement showing division over Russia's war without naming names, noting, quote, most members condemned it. Russia is a G20 member, and India, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and China have maintained close ties to Moscow. While President Biden returns from Asia, now Vice President Harris is heading there, although officials will not confirm if she will meet with Chinese President Xi, who is scheduled to attend the APEC summit. In Bali, Jackie Heinrich, Fox News.
A week after the midterms, the balance of power on Capitol Hill is taking shape with new election results. ABC News projects Republicans will hold a slim majority in the House, with Democrats gaining control of the Senate. Justin Finch has the latest from Washington.
After cementing a slim House majority, House Leader Kevin McCarthy appeared on Fox, reacting to Republicans retaking control of the chamber.
It is official. One-party Democrat rule in Washington is finished. We have fired Nancy Pelosi.
McCarthy has also won his party's nomination for House Speaker and received congratulations from President Biden. The president saying in a statement he's ready to work with House Republicans to deliver results for working families. Democrats will retain control of the Senate, but the GOP win in the House falls far short of the red wave they hoped for, prompting finger-pointing about what went wrong.
We underperformed among voters who did not like President Biden's performance among independents and among moderate Republicans who looked at us and concluded too much chaos, too much negativity.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell casting blame on former President Trump for Republicans' weak performance. Former Trump Secretary of State Mike Pompeo agreeing, tweeting, "We need more seriousness, less noise, and leaders who are looking forward, not staring in the rearview mirror claiming victimhood." Newly re-elected Florida governor and rising Republican star Ron DeSantis calling for an end to the midterm finger-pointing.
We just finished this election, okay? People just need to chill out a little bit on some of this stuff. I mean, seriously.
And with the power balance on Capitol Hill now appearing set, all eyes are on current House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and what she will do next. The Speaker is set to announce those plans later today. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear about an event occurring tonight that will offer attendees a glimpse within the minds of 19th and 20th century women writers.
Plus, a store in Levant is fundraising to make a difference in their community. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
Everything I did for my family.
I don't know why you don't just make a fresh start.
Mommy! There's no fresh start for us.
The Cleaning Lady, Mondays on Fox, or watch anytime on demand or Fox Now.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is Thursday, November 17th, 2022. It's also Great American Smokeout Day, a time when a lot of people are trying to kick the habit by getting rid of those cigarettes and other tobacco products.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was, like I said, last hour, thought it was for meat smoking. So
it's not. I prefer meat smoking myself.
If you want to co-opt it,
yeah.
Hey, we're not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, if you are planning to quit today, good luck to you. It is not easy. Yeah. On this day in history, in 1800, Congress held its first session in the partially completed Capitol building in Washington.
In 1973, President Richard Nixon gave his famous "I am not a crook" speech during the Watergate controversy. And in 1989, the Walt Disney animated feature The Little Mermaid opened in wide release. Today's birthdays include singer Gordon Lightfoot, who is 84, actor Danny DeVito is 78, and Saturday Night Live producer Lorne Michaels is 78. Hard to believe they're all up there like that.
Yeah, right? I like Danny DeVito a lot.
He's hilarious.
Enjoyed him.
I love him.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Timeless.
Yeah. Well, today, as far as the weather goes, it'll be a little bit kinder out there. As we've been saying, you might hit some slippery spots this morning as you head out, so you should take it easy. But overall, it looks like things are looking up. A little sunshine later on, which will certainly help things too.
Yep, maybe leave a little earlier so you can heat up your car. Devin Biggs says the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, here we are. A small craft advisory in effect. It's going to get dropped by Friday morning at about 6 a.m., so the wave ice will remain active for just a little while yet this morning. And in parts of the afternoon period, I have to wait till Friday morning for things to improve, but at least on land, things are already starting to calm down as a lot of the activity has since moved out of here, the area of low pressure moving away. I'm going to be watching for some wraparound that's going to be moving in today, which could bring us a few flurries, but otherwise a partly cloudy sky and a quiet day overall for us today. Just some gusty winds to deal with as we're on the backside of low pressure now that it's now tracking off towards the north and east. So again, we'll have that wraparound today with a few flurries, but that will calm down later on tonight. So futurecast for today, partly cloudy, a few flurries can be ruled out, becoming mostly clear later on tonight. That will allow temperatures to cool off in just a few areas. So as for the wind, not too bad, though still pretty gusty in a few spots. Some sustained winds reaching up close to 20 miles per hour, especially overseas, but closer toward land, a little bit slower in a few areas. So your forecast for today, middle 30s, partly cloudy, a few flurries out there. West wind getting up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour in a few areas. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period will be under a partly to maybe mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin.
An event tonight offers a rare chance to look into the minds of women from the 19th and 20th century. The Wilson Museum in Castine will host Jefferson Nabokee of the Maine Women's Writers Collection. This collection gives an intimate look into the daily lives of the women who lived in Castine through their personal diaries.
So often we don't hear women's voices in the way that history is told, and so identifying something as personal and as detailed and fascinating as a diary, I think, is a really interesting approach to bringing more women's voices into history.
You can attend the event in person from 7 to 8 tonight, or receive a link to Zoom by emailing education@wilsonmuseum.org.
What a neat idea. Well, we often hear about the generosity of charitable organizations during the holiday season, but this morning we highlight an exhibit of human kindness from a small group of people making a big difference. When Jason and Jamie, along with their staff at the Levant Corner Store, decided it was time to give something back to their community, they put together Thanksgiving dinner bags with all the fixings for anyone that needs a little extra help this year.
It's a hard time. Everyone's struggling. Small store here in the community. Our customers are super important to us. Their support. Do a little bit to give back. Just show that we're here. We've got your back, and we know that if anyone here needed anything, the community would do the same for anyone here.
So if you could use a little help of yourself and you live in the Levant area, you can go in and ask a cashier at the Levant Corner Store if they have any more of those special dinner bags available. And Jason and Jamie say to consider it a thank you from one neighbor to another. What a nice thing to do.
Yeah, that's a good way to celebrate Thanksgiving, being thankful for what you have and spreading it.
Right.
Well, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have your latest with local sports, and Pet of the Week is in the building.
We'll meet a special little kitty. Don't go away.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits, including up to $840 added back to your Social Security check each year. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses, money for over-the-counter items, and up to $840 back in your Social Security check each year. And so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-866-819-7962 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including up to $840 each year added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will provide information to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-866-819-7962. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-866-819-7962. Call today. WellCare. Medicare done well.
Here we go.
And all these books.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the hardwood. Over at Husson, men's basketball has started the season pretty well, sitting at 2-1, but dropping their most recent game at home. In that game, one longtime Eagle reached a pretty significant career milestone. Ryan Sudol has that story.
Husson graduate guard Justice Kendall had the crowning achievement of his career this past weekend. Against UMaine Fort Kent, he scored his 1,000th career point.
A lot of work went into that, so, it just felt really good, to get in front of the home fans and everything, get in front of my dad. He was here, so it meant a lot to me.
Kendall, a 5-year starter at Husson, joins a long list of Eagles in the 1,000-point club. And head coach Warren Caruso says it's no accident.
It's kind of his overall game. I mean, he gets 4 points off steals, he makes a 3 here and there, and gets the foul line. And, he can affect the game in a lot of ways.
Most notably on the list are Kendall's trainer at Results Basketball, Matt McKenzie.
Matt, he's been training me since I was probably a sophomore, and that definitely, he's made a big strides in my game.
And former teammates Justin Thompson and DJ Bussey.
They definitely influenced me a lot, seeing those guys. They're a year older than me, so it definitely meant a lot. It's an honor, it's a privilege just to be able to be in the same, category with them as far as scoring 1,000 points, man. I know they put in a lot of work just to do that.
With Thompson and Bussey graduating, Kendall is in more of a leadership position. And Coach Warren Caruso says he's going to be in a bigger role on offense, too.
I think his assist-to-turnover ratio is almost 3-1, takes care of the ball for us and puts guys in good spots. And as he comes into this year, he'll need to take on a little more of a scoring role than maybe previous years. But he's adjusting that role well and finding his footing.
So far, Kendall is putting up just over 13 points a game. And he says it's definitely been different.
Kind of been able to kind of chill back and not have to be in a leadership role because those guys always were just good with that. Me having to step into that role has definitely been a challenge. It's been different, but I've definitely been looking forward to it and been trying to grow myself as being a leader and learning how to lead guys.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. A lot of success these past couple of years with Husson basketball and 1,000-point scorers. Let's stay with Husson here. And for women's basketball, they've got another player looking for her 1,000th career point. Bailey Donovan entered Wednesday's home opener against the University of Southern Maine at 988 points, needing only 12 for the milestone. Eagles are hosting the Huskies, and it's a packed house at Newman Gym in hopes of seeing history. And it wouldn't take long. First quarter, off the assist from Vanessa Duarte, Donovan lays it in. She becomes the fastest player in Husson women's hoops history to score 1,000 points, just 59 games. 1,000 points in 59 games. Pretty good. Second quarter, Duarte with the steal. She's going to take it all the way down the floor, almost loses it, but spins, gets it back, pulls up, and nails it. 44-23, Husson would lead at the half. Let's go to the third quarter. Here is Donovan for 3, and that one is nothing but net. 52-33, Eagles after 3. Finally, we go to the fourth quarter. Duarte with a rocket pass from half court to McKaylin Porter, who lays it in. She is happy, and so are Eagles fans. They win 69-41 over USM. And here's Bailey Donovan in her historic night.
I mean, I would say I was a little bit nervous going into the game. I knew 12 was doable, but, there's those nerves that are built up, and I knew people were coming to watch me. And then it just felt like a big relief once the final basket went in. It just goes to show, what a good team that I have around me and that I have had around me these last 3-4 seasons. I can't do what I do without them.
All right, big congratulations to the Hamden Academy grad, setting history right there for Husson women's basketball. Just 59 games. That's pretty impressive. Let's talk some football now. Patriots back after a bye week. Right now, they would have a playoff spot if the season ended tomorrow, but it doesn't. So when the Pats take the field on Sunday, looking to sweep the season series over the Jets, they'll be beginning a stretch of 3 games in 12 days, with 2 of those games being against division opponents. One of them with the Jets, one of them with the Bills, and then you have the Vikings sandwiched in between on Thanksgiving. So a lot can happen for New England in these next few weeks in terms of really solidifying themselves as contenders or not. We will see. They are not going to see. As for now and for them, they are not looking too much into the future. They're just focused on beating New York.
Yeah, we'll have to, again, manage our time the best that we can. We know what the schedule is, and certainly the Jets are highest priority, but we have to be ready for the rest of the schedule as well. And so we have different people in the organization working on different things. So hopefully we'll be pretty prepared for each of our opponents the remainder of the season. But Jets are a big priority right now.
Jets are the main priority right now. Should be a very good one on Sunday. Staying with Boston sports, we will go back to the hardwood. Celtics looking for 8 straight wins on Wednesday night. They're down in Atlanta, taking on the Hawks. Good start to the Joe Mazzulla era. Second quarter, Derek White, he is going to drive here. He is going to kick to find Grant Williams in the corner. He pumps, steps, and knocks it down. Celtics up big. Later on now, it's going to be Al Horford grabbing the O board. He finds Williams for another. 18 points for Grant. Celtics up 13. DeJounte Murray now off of the second chance point for Atlanta. They would stay in it for most of the first half, but the second half, that was all Boston. Here's Peyton Pritchard in the fourth quarter. He is going to knock down the triple here, and Celtics go on to win 129-101. They are the best team in the East right now. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after this.
$7.8 million. That's how much I made home sellers in the past 2 years. Planning on selling? I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Looking for a new work experience? Fox and ABC Bangor are partnering with local employers to feature the best local job opportunities, like this one.
Aramark is currently hiring kitchen workers at Two Bridges Regional Jail in Wiscasset. Join us in making a difference in the lives of others by supervising and providing new job skills in a kitchen environment. For immediate consideration, please contact Dudley Levitt at 350-0732.
Get excited. It's all for you. We've got some fun fall activities happening. I love this. Right here, live and in person. Buckle up. Are we ready?
The Drew Barrymore Show, Thursday at 11 on Fox 22.
When selling your home, knowing your options could make you tens of thousands of dollars. That's what I do for my clients. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. It's Thursday, so you may know what that means. We have Pet of the Week in the building with Catherine Ravenscraft from Bangor Humane Society. Catherine, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Good morning.
And who do we have here?
So this is Brisket.
I love the name.
I know.
Yeah.
It's great. I was telling you that when I went back into the cattery to see who was going to come with me today, they pointed out Brisket, and I laughed and said, who names these cats? Apparently, it was from a reel of some sort, TikTok or Instagram, and it was just a grouping of very ridiculous cat names, and they loved Brisket so much that they absolutely had to name one of ours Brisket, and she was the lucky winner. So, yeah. So her name is Brisket. She is 6 years old. She did come to us as a stray. As you can see, she's trying to get away a little bit. She wants to go hide, but she is purring. She is purring and happy, and she is just a gentle, sweet girl.
She's tolerant. I mean, if they can tolerate and be patient with this, then maybe, if they get to know you well, then they would be a lap cat.
Yeah. Oh, I think she definitely would be. And even at the shelter, when you pick her up out of her kennel, she settles right into your chest, and she's perfectly content to have a shoulder ride and just hang out with you and get pets. Yeah. She is a sweet, sweet girl. And what's interesting about Brisket is that she is FIV positive, and so that's an immunodeficiency virus. It's a lot like HIV in humans. It's transmitted really in much the same way. So while it's a very low risk that it is going to transmit to another animal just through basic contact, it does transmit through deep bites. And so that is why we will only adopt out an FIV positive cat to a person that has no other cats or a person that has other FIV positive cats.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's not transmissible to people or anything like that?
No, it's not like that at all. And really, it just hampers their immune system. It just makes them more susceptible to illnesses and to infection if they're injured and that sort of thing. Yeah.
So definitely an indoor cat as well.
Absolutely. And she probably picked it up because she was a stray in a fight with another cat who had FIV. Yeah.
You have a lot of kitties at the place right now.
We
looking
do.
for homes.
We do. Yeah, but we have added some contract vets to our roster, and so we're having an increase in surgery days, and we're moving them out the door. We've actually started to take more cats by transport because we can successfully move them again, and so knock on wood, we're not gonna put the cart before the horse, but we're getting there. Yeah, which is really nice to be able to put animals back out into the community. It's what we're here for. Yeah.
And she seems ready to go back out into the community. She's settled down very quickly.
She has.
She's pretty.
She is.
This is a weird environment for critters. They're not used to coming into a TV studio.
Exactly.
So,
all the lights and the movement. She doesn't seem to have picked up on the monitors yet, but a lot of them do.
Especially the dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't know they're looking at themselves. They just see another dog.
Right.
Well, if you can, you may want to think about heading by the Humane Society to adopt a new friend. They could always use some help, too, with different donations and things like that, because it takes a lot to keep the organization going.
It does. We always need volunteers. We always need foster families, especially for cats and kittens and donations. Yeah, just like everyone, things are tight for us right now, too. So, yeah.
That's a good way to give on the holiday season.
It is. Yeah. We've got Giving Tuesday coming up right after Thanksgiving. So, feel around for that loose change.
Do what you can.
Sounds good. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll throw it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Good kitty.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, that's a small craft advisory that is in effect and now will last until about 6 a.m. on Friday morning. It's going to be dealing with at least another day of some gusty winds, which will cause the ocean to be active in just a few areas. But the area of low pressure is now moving away after we saw some snow and a kind of a wintry mix that moved through yesterday. And now things are starting to calm down for us now. Maybe a few flurries can't be ruled out as the area of low pressure located right about in here, seeing some wraparound snow in our direction, but not a whole lot of activity right behind us. So things will be calming down, moving moving forward for us, although Buffalo could see a lot of snow coming up as we head towards your Sunday. But for us, though, this wind I'll have to watch out for it today. Maybe some gusty winds reaching up to 20, maybe 25 miles per hour in a few areas. That will start to calm down a little bit later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow when a small cloud advisory gets dropped at about 6 a.m. or so tomorrow. All right, wave height, speaking of that right now, around 4 to 10 feet according to some of the buoys out there at this point, 4 to 6 feet closer to land. It's higher further out towards sea, so that's why the ocean is active with that system moving through. That's why those advisories are still in effect. Our average high being 45 degrees will reach for the middle 30s only today and tomorrow, so a few degrees below normal, getting closer to average on Saturday, but still below normal by about 5 degrees, staying in the 30s Sunday into Monday, then back in the 40s again as we head towards Tuesday and here Wednesday. Futurecast moving forward, though, a partly to maybe mostly cloudy sky in a few areas today. A few flurries cannot be ruled out for us. Will become mostly clear to partly cloudy in a few areas later on tonight. A few more clouds start to pass through for the daytime tomorrow. It tries to get some activity in here, but I think we will be dry as we head towards your Friday with that next little wave that tries to move in across the northern parts of the state. But I think for us, we will stay dry overall throughout the day for your Friday. So for today, middle 30s, partly cloudy, a few flurries possible. That west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens, getting cool out there with a mostly clear sky. That west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 30s again becoming partly cloudy. West wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chevrolet Toyota extended forecast. Again, we're partly cloudy again as we head towards the Saturday. Temperatures in the lower 40s. We're back in the mid 30s on Sunday with a small chance for snow. Otherwise, mostly cloudy. We're mostly cloudy again on Monday. Highs in the low 30s.
Bath remodeling was revolutionized in this garage in 1984 when three brothers created the iconic bath fitter tub-over-tub process. A breakthrough then, the industry standard now for beautiful baths without the mess, stress, or high cost. A better way from Bath Fitter means precise measurement, the highest quality acrylic, perfect preparation, and watertight installation backed by a lifetime warranty. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Breakfast bagels are back at McDonald's. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, and your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Breakfast bagels are back, but only for a limited time.
The Furniture Gallery's pre-Black Friday deals are here. We're fully stocked just in time for holiday get-togethers. We've got your choice of 5-piece dining sets starting at $449. Need extra living room seating? Sectional starting at $699 and recliner starting at $299. Long-distance guests staying over? Queen mattresses as low as $299 with closeout mattresses up to $1,000 off. Special financing is available. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Ready, set, sketch!
Pictionary.
An umbrella.
Umbrella's correct. Pencil us in.
A person, a penguin.
Bird, big bird.
Big bird is correct.
Every weekday
on Fox 22.
Scrabble fans rejoice. You now have about 500 new words to play with Scrabble. The 7th edition of the official Scrabble Players Dictionary has expanded. The new words include some trademarks gone generic, think dumpster or shorthand like guac. And finally, verb variations, think adulted and adulting. If you are looking to get rid of those hard-to-use Z's, Q's, and X's, you can now use faux hawk, zedonk, and queso. Now, some of the words may sound familiar, but they were never Scrabble official, at least when it comes to the game's branded dictionary. Here's a longer list of the new words. Merriam-Webster's editor-at-large wouldn't reveal all of the new words, challenging players to hunt them down on their own. And if you need to look them up, you're probably not alone.
think I would probably be one that you have to look them up. It's nice to keep up with the times, though, because there's so many different things, like guac,
Right.
Like a little extra guac, please.
Right, it's shorthand, but it's official.
You should be able to use it.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, Frontier Airlines now has an all-you-can-fly plan. It costs $599. The new Go Wild fare is an introductory plan that gives pass holders unlimited flights next year, including to Puerto Rico. Frontier says it's offering a limited number of passes, and the offer expires Thursday. That's today, I guess, so you better get cracking.
Right.
Flights are good for a 12-month period beginning May 2nd, 2023. There are some blackout dates. Terms and conditions apply, and extra